Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White and I am remaking this video. This long video because someone walked in my office. And oddly enough, I thought my door was locked, but it wasn't. But only while I was making this video. So, and that sounds like a strange thing to say, but you'll understand in a second. Today we're talking about the case of the naked nincompoop, which is a hypothetical. A couple of employment attorneys have been kicking around over the last week. And the idea behind it is to determine, is this a case? And if not, what would make it a case? In terms of workplace discrimination, sexual harassment, gender discrimination, stuff of that sort, right? So I'll give you the hypothetical real quick as I can. And hopefully I get everything on the record, and then we'll have a discussion from there. So a male coworker has himself an office. Office has no windows and has a working lock. Specifically, that lock is known to be in good order and working on the door. And male coworker will often routinely change, like for the gym or something during the workday. Like around the end of the workday, male coworker will change into gym clothes in his locked office with no windows. One day, female coworker. Oh, let me specify. So one day, male coworker gets ready to change, locks the door, closes it, and begins changing. Female coworker approaches door, does not knock, which is out of character, almost always knocks. No one can remember a time when she didn't knock before, a closed door, but she approaches the door, does not knock, has no knowledge that he's changing, and pushes the door, does not turn the handle at this time. Just pushes the door. Door, to everyone's regret, pushes open. Male coworker is in a state of undress. Everyone is mortified, horrified, and uncomfortable. Okay, so at this moment, do we have a claim? Now, revealing my bias, my first thought was, does the female coworker have a claim? And probably not, because in her shock on her way out of the office as she closes the door, being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and closes the door, she does finally go to move the handle, and she realizes the handle is in fact locked. The handle will not move, which means that it was properly locked. It seems that when she pushed the door open, the door may not have been latched correctly, or the latch may not have set correctly, whatever it is, so the door was able to push open even though the door was locked. So clearly, I think there's some assumption here then this has never happened before. This was not intentional. I think everyone kind of agrees. All the parties in the hypothetical agree. Male coworker was not intending to be seen naked. So, and also female coworker was not intending to see male coworker naked. So no claim at this time. Nobody intended to do this. This wasn't on purpose. This was a real, true, sincere accident. And accidents happen, and they can be horribly embarrassing, but not have the intent component potentially required to be an issue of sexual harassment. Okay, so then that leads us... Oh, and then that's my bias, right? Because immediately somebody was like, well, what about the male coworker? Does the male coworker have a claim? And again, I'll point out, we specified the female coworker did not intend to enter the office. It is out of character that she opened the door without knocking. That's unfortunate. But, again, accidents happen. I would say no claim for the male coworker. Now, what would make the situation a claim for the male coworker? Female coworker pushes door open. Door goes wide open. She leaves door wide open. Everybody sees male coworker undressed, and the female worker starts clapping and shouting, Hercules, Hercules, or, something, just to mock him. Or makes like a sexualized comment, or like, ooh, baby, yeah, whatever, right? Okay, well, now, yeah, could be the basis of a claim. We might be talking about a claim at this point. Now, in that same scenario, what makes a claim for the female coworker? Any joke, any sexualized comment, any weird motion that was suggestive on the if the male engaged in any of these behaviors. Gray area, male in a state of undress, immediately approaches the door, aggressively approaches the door, right? Door's open, approaches the door. Well, you're going to have an argument. Was he trying to close the door to restore his chastity, his privacy, right? Or was he being aggressive while naked and approaching this woman, right? Like that's now you have gray area. Is there a claim there? Is there not? Different attorneys are going to come down different places on that, and different juries and different judges and different arbitrators are all going to come down different places on that, because frankly, naked guy storming at you can be a little intimidating, and it's not ideal. Like, I don't think there's any HR person who's like, I'm okay that happened, right? I wouldn't be. That's not good. That's a bad thing. Let's not do that. And so you kind of get the idea when you look at this, like the shades of subtlety, the shades of gray that lead to what is and is not a claim. And some of them are pretty clear and bold. Like, if you see somebody naked and you start making sexualized comments about them, okay, I think we got our claim now. I think we can all kind of agree, right? But there's other situations that not so clear cut. Female coworker opens the door, is stunned, shocked, doesn't know what to do, freezes, door's open. Is that a claim? Wasn't a nice thing to do to the male coworker. Like, now he's exposed to the female coworker longer, maybe to other people standing behind, out around the hall, whatever, around the office. That's not good. Did she mean to do it? Well, she says she didn't. Says it was an accident. Says she froze. Says she panicked, right? Is that true? Oh, who decides that? Judge, jury, arbitrator. But before they actually get decided, before the judge or the jury actually get to decide, well, she did it on purpose or she didn't do it on purpose, right? You're probably talking to an attorney, and the attorney's going to make a decision. Hey, I think I can work with this, or I don't think I can work with this. Got to be honest with you, in that scenario, no funny business, no mean comments, no sexualized comments, no, nothing to add to it. Just the person panicking and freezing. I probably don't take a case against that female coworker, because I think it could just be a really shocking thing, right? That's, it's a gray area. It's subtle. Different attorneys might come down different places on that. Now, I share all this with you because routinely people call up employment attorneys and hear 1,001 questions from the employment attorney as they tell their story. Well, what about this? How did this happen? What was he doing then? Who was there? Who was present? Right? Like, lots of questions. And that can be really annoying and upsetting for somebody who's just been through a sexual harassment situation or a workplace discrimination situation. Getting the 10th degree, getting 20 questions from the person you're calling for help might feel super bad, super shitty, but might also be necessary. And listen, can attorneys do a better job? Should attorneys have a good bedside manner and try to make these questions comfortable and less onerous for the clients, the potential clients? Yes, absolutely. But the questions are going to have to be asked. And sometimes that attorney is going to come down and say, listen, I'm so sorry this happened to you, but I don't think I can necessarily work with this case. I'm sorry. I can't make you an offer of representation. And when that attorney does that, I would urge you to say, thank you for being honest with me. I'm going to talk to other attorneys because you're only one person with one opinion, and I need to hear another opinion. I need a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth opinion. But thank you for your honesty. That's the ideal response, right? A less positive response, a less useful, a less constructive response would be, F you, you're getting a bad review from me, you don't effing want to help me, I'm going to mess you up, I'm going to be down there in an hour, and my boyfriend or girlfriend is going to stab you, whatever. Right? And sounds like that's something a crazy person would say. Perhaps. But it happens. It happens because it can be really, really hard to call someone for help and have that person say, listen, I don't think I can help you. Right? It can be jarring. It can be difficult. It can make you really angry. Right? And I get that. But counterpoint, you can say, okay, attorney, thank you for being honest with me. I'm glad if you don't think you can win this case, I'm glad that you're not taking it on. And I want an attorney who believes in me and believes in my claims and believes she or he can win my case, right? So I'm just saying, the questions have got to be asked and the answer's got to be given, and the answer's not always going to be what you want to hear. So, have the conversation. Try, and I know it's hard. I know you've been through a lot. Try to hear what the attorney's saying, and listen. If the attorney's a jerk, they're a jerk, and by all means, don't take that. But more often than not, I think attorneys want to help. It'd be very strange if they don't. They're trying to make money, and they can only really make money by helping you. So I imagine if they thought they could help you, they would take your case. If they don't think they can help you, it's time to talk to someone else. Anyways, if this was helpful, like and subscribe. Helps me to help more people just like you.